An alfresco eating experience would put the night cafe on the map, because if we carry on with the feeble crowds we had last night, we are stuffed.
I'm not serving food outside. Betty will complain.
Oh, well, you're worrying too much. And you'll need to give the barbecue a good old scrubbing before we
Not
open
doing it!
I got us all those bargain bangers from the local man.
No! And it's your turn to hand these out.
But they're amateurish.
Shift or I'll shove those bargain bangers somewhere guaranteed.
You're not the boss round here, Donna.
Well, I'm the only one acting like one.
Listen, why don't you just hurl him in at the deep end? Let him run the show solo tonight.
Because that'd be a disaster, and I need this to work for us.
Well, on the subject of us, how about we spend this evening together? I've hardly seen you all week.
We're going to that launch, aren't we? I can't wait. Look, everything's starting to come together, Marlon. I can feel it. This night cafe is going to be the best thing that's ever happened to us.
Wait, hang on, son. 6.5p's was left in there.
Sorry.
Oh, stop teasing the lad. You're doing a grand job, love.
The food looks fabulous. Marlon was up at dawn carving radishes.
You've managed to keep within budget?
Typical.
We even managed to stretch to fancy little flans with quail's eggs.
How are we serving it? I'd imagined waiters mingling with trays.
Leave it with me.
Listen to him, eh? Waiter swishing around with trains.
Probably launched the Titanic with less palaver.
Where are you going to get them from? Don't look at me.
I'm not. Daz,
Am I doing something wrong?
far from it. Pop home and put on a clean school shirt. You're going to the launch.
OK, then. Nice one.
He shouldn't be working here. Never mind getting him involved with that lot.
I'd say the record's stuck, but it's been played that many times the grooves have flattened out.
Oh, Edna, look, we're going to the King's Launch. Do you fancy coming with us?
Oh, I've my church duties to attend to first. The vicar likes me to primp up the flowers before evening service.
Seems a bit het up.
Oh, take no notice. She's probably overdosed on brimstone and treacle.
I'm the guest. How come I end up on this duty?
Stop whining. I'm starving to death.
Yeah, well, I did try and wake you when lunch was served, but the booze fumes were making my mascara run.
You know the rules on feeding in this house. If you snooze, you lose.
Maybe as if you hadn't let Carl down, you'd have had more food on the table in the first place.
Humping other people's rubbish is no job for a dingle. No. We need jobs that we can stand back from, that make you think.
That allows you to sit in front of the goggle box with your gob wide open, more like it.
Make us a bussy, Chaz.
This is the last of the bread.
Is he a word for murdering your brother? And if there is, what do you reckon I'll get for it?
Oh, well, tar! Now I'm covered in soap suds. I'm going to look a right mess at the launch, aren't I?
Do you think there'll be any free nosh at this launch?
A proper feast, for sure, yeah?
Oh, smash it.
Well, not that you'll get a whiff of it. You come within a mile radius and show me up, and you'll go down in family history as the only dingle that didn't dangle.
I've put a pizza in. Got us a bottle of wine.
What's the occasion?
Joe's gone to hot in.
Careful, lad. Rika silage.
Well, I'll finish setting the table. You have a shower, OK? Look, Andy, we're going to be all right, you know. We needed that argument.
Maybe.
We had to thrash things out, otherwise Robert would have kept eating away at us till we had nothing left.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, it's... the old thing's dead and buried.
Oh, the butters round here are a right nightmare. Waited over an hour before giving up. Oh, you read my mind.
Everything looks very impressive.
Oh, thanks, Edna.
Good. You've done a grand job. Now, run me through the order of events again.
Well, we thought we'd just keep it low-key. You start by saying a few words, followed by Pollard.
And, of course, the bubbly keeps on flowing.
No, I think you should do the talking. This is your day.
Right, so I offer him the tray, saying, would you care for a canapé?
Perfect.
What if you ask me what they are?
Just say they're freshly prepared using the finest ingredients.
Doesn't he scrub up well? It's hardly silver service.
He's going to be fine.
Oh.
Can I hand these out? Publicity for the cafe.
Sorry.
She's pushing her luck.
What am I paying you for?
Would you care for one of these things?
Not at the moment, then.
No, they're made of all fresh stuff.
We said no. Wouldn't eat anything he's had his grubby paws on.
Investing in property now, then?
Of course not.
First you plead poverty, then you pay off your debts in one fell swoop. You can't blame me for being confused. Perhaps I should do a detailed inventory up at the factory.
What do you mean by that?
Well, there's got to be a reason for your cash injection. I'm sure you're capable of a bit of pilfering.
Oh, the pizza's been in too flipping long.
It still looks okay in the middle, and frozen pizzas are quite easy to get wrong.
No, they're not. Look, don't worry, Katie. We can't all be domestic goddesses. Oh, I need a drink. Joe, you finished it all. Oops.
Why don't I take you for a few drinks and then we can go to the cafe for supper?
Yeah, I'm up for that, if you don't mind.
Well, I was hoping...
I mean, I feel bad enough as it is, getting in the way of you two little lovebirds in your nest. Yeah, what nest is complete? That is very uncuckoo, eh?
So, to sum up, Kings River Development offers both quality and value, whether you're moving up in the world or just starting out. And now I'd like to introduce our soon-to-be re-elected councillor, Mr. Eric Pollard.
I've known he'd wheedle his way into the act.
I firmly believe that this tremendous development represents the beginning of a new era for our entire community. And so it is with great pleasure and indeed privilege to present the first roof tile to be laid on the luxury showroom.
How come you didn't say anything?
It's Jimmy's day, apparently.
Would you like one? I mean, take two if you like. I'd avoid the egg ones, though. They smell a bit funny.
Well, I'm pleased Diane's worried about the competition.
Yeah, but will you be pleased if she gives me the push? Have you seen how much these cost?
You haven't told Pollard about your little investment, have you?
Whether it's a little investment or how many fivers I've got stuffed down my bra, I don't tell him nought about my finances.
Good, because I'd hate Leonard to find out. He'd think I was tempting you to gamble.
Oh, our fruitful little dabblings shall remain strictly entre nous.
You'd have thought life's too short to shell a quail, then, wouldn't you?
It's free, so stop moaning.
Oh, let her hang as she grows. What are you doing here?
Thought I'd see what all the fuss was about.
Don't start, Jack, please.
If I don't eat, I'll revert to my primeval instincts.
Whoa, get in that kitchen now. I won't be responsible for his actions.
Nuts or scratching? The best I can do.
Can't you finish earlier?
I'll ask Louise.
Good, because I got those special items we talked about. And I hope you can use yours to full effect. I'm getting hot and bothered just thinking about it.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going to come later to that.
Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Josephine?
Not tonight, no.
Louise went loopy over these yesterday. Get them out of here.
You should be jumping at the chance to go out with him. You stop going on about it.
Fancy the pants of you.
Yeah. And it'll be me who decides when and if he gets to find out what type of wear.
Oh, we'd have to be called Brad and Angelina to afford these.
It's a complete shaft. Apart from Pollard, the only ones who ever benefit from anything the kings do are the kings.
Yeah, they have the nerve to dress their greed up so worthily.
We just need to rethink our budget.
Doing all good, Donna.
Let's just see how much I start making at the cafe.
You'll be flipping burgers so long, the only home you'll need will be sheltered.
I'm trying to be positive.
Proud of yourselves?
Oh, what a surprise. Something's rattled Sugden's cage.
All that harping on about affordable housing. Donna and Marlon have had their dreams crushed today, and I bet they're not the only ones.
I told you, Jack.
Folk are beyond fed up with your family's pie-crust promises.
Hear, hear.
Oh, you think you're a man of the people, Jack. You're just the village bore.
Don't call him that.
And I suggest you leave before we make you.
I'd like to see you try.
And take your pint pot scuffer with you.
Jimmy, who are you calling? Try what?
Hey, leave him, leave him!
Are you satisfied?
Get that lad out of here.
Don't worry, he's going.
I'm disappointed you're so fit to trust him in the first place.
You're a ruddy little animal.
Diane!
I was sticking up for Jack.
I must be gaga thinking you could carry on like a normal, decent lad.
Well, I'll say I'm sorry. I won't mean it, but I'll do it.
I'm not interested. Get out of my sight. Why couldn't Jack have stayed away? I've never been as humiliated.
I've never laughed as much. Jimmy's face. I know. Thankfully, I managed not to wet myself. Well, more or less.
It's far from funny. And as for Daz,
He was just being loyal.
don't make excuses for him. He's borderline feral.
Darling, I didn't notice you winding up Jack Sugden.
It's how any responsible counsellor in waiting should react to the spurious antics of a setup like the King's.
Spurious, eh? You get green with envy every time I step into the limelight.
Will you both give it a rest?
If you've just walked away from something, we'd had none of this. And to think I asked Terry and Jean to stay away for fear of embarrassment.
Oh, it'll all be forgotten by tomorrow.
What? Half the crowd thought Jack was right about the prices. You could see it in their faces. Oh, stop blowing things out of proportion.
Oh, Carl has a point. You get bad vibes at an event like this and the rot sets in. You two are going to have to come up with a public relations strategy to stop it spreading. And fast.
No wonder you were so keen to do the catering. You and Jack must have been planning this little display for days.
Jack doesn't go in for underhand scheming, and neither do I.
Whatever you say, as long as you don't want paying.
I've gone to a lot of expense.
Tough.
I'm sorry, Diane.
Don't be. Jack might be a big gobbed fool, but he hasn't got a twisted mind like your lummox of a brother. I'm beginning to wish I'd cheered him on. Right. You can do the rest of the clearing up yourselves.
When did you decide to give half the food away?
You're the one who's wound up about promotion.
There's a good crowd. It makes no difference because things are never going to work because that idiot's a liability. And it's supposed to be his turn to cook.
I'm sorry about the house, Donna.
I'm going to be stuck at Paddy's forever. I know it.
I could have made you a sausage sandwich.
What with? You think our mother overlent at our house to come into that bear?
But you know I have to be frugal.
Yeah, we'll have to starve ourselves. Look, do you fancy quick in the wolf pack?
No, you go, love, and I'm ready for my bed.
Oh, all right, see you later.
I just found these stuffed in the bin.
Yeah. Oh, they're leftovers.
Do you know how long I spent making them?
Looks like you've been rumbled now, mate.
No, he did hand them out, Donna. I saw him in the woolly.
See? I didn't know you cared.
Don't flatter yourself.
There'll be other homes.
Not with the cash we bring in.
Hey, you won't have to worry about money for long, I'm sure. That cafe is buzzing. Tommy's doing a brilliant job over there.
Not everybody here would agree with you, Len.
Well, he said soon it's mended.
Jimmy let out this feeble little yelp and I was on the floor. Well, not before he was, anyway.
You should have stayed for the scrap, Marlon. It might have made you feel better.
Hey, be a proper nevvy. Get in the kitchen and do us a fry-up.
You're not still griping about grub.
I need proper food. Man can't live on nuts and ale alone.
Hey, listen, why do you need me when you have the culinary skills of the newest dingle on the block only moments away?
She wouldn't even give us a sniff of a spatula yesterday.
Hey, we have had words about her embracing her new family with more enthusiasm.
Well done, lad. Yet my chum is rumbling a bit too now I think about it.
Your wife could turn out to be my all-time favourite niece-in-law.
Edna, we need to talk. I've nothing to say to you until you swallow your ridiculous pride and do the honourable thing.
If you'd been any frosty today, you'd have had icicles round the brim of your hat. Leonard knew there was something wrong.
I'm not going to gussy up the way I feel about your behaviour to suit you. Leonard deserves the truth.
I told you I've dealt with it.
And I don't believe you.
How dare you?
I'm trying trying to prevent you from getting any deeper into this mess than you already are. Where did you get the money for Pollard? It's no problem. Leonard never need be any the wiser. Anyway, it's him you're really interested in. Oh, I never thought that you would throw my friendship back in my face like this. You're on your own, Pearl. I may be a religious woman, but I'm beggared if I'm wasting my time praying to Jude, the patron saint of lost causes.
Thanks. Andy, if you want to make pop gold, we've got to be on our own.
Yeah, I know, you're right. I'll start jobbing some subtle ends next week.
You don't have to be as subtle as a sledgehammer to get through to her.
Do you want to slip off home while she's occupied?
Yeah. Can you do some washing up or something? In a minute, in a minute. Leave him alone. Is he working the crowd? He's working his flipping ticket.
Get them sausage sarnies ready, Donna. Got a ravenous relative here.
I'll have four to be going on with the don't spare the brown sauce.
I'm thinking of a word. Can you guess what it is?
Well, I don't say please. Somebody once told me that were dead common.
The word's cash. Haven't you got the message yet? There's no freebies here.
Hang on. His family. You can give him some trick at the very least.
Not like the old days. We Dingles knew how to break our women in properly.
I can't believe he'd just stand there.
Well, listen, if you're going to run a late-night eatery, you've got to learn how to deal with the drunks and rowdies.
Fine. They can have their food. But if they push me too far, they'll know about it.
I'll swing for him when he gets back here.
After the way you spoke to him, I wouldn't be surprised if he's done another runner. God knows what state he's in.
What was I supposed to do? Pat him on the head and pay him time and a half?
He's volatile. You put him in a situation he couldn't cope with.
He was doing fine until you rolled up with a face that'd crack a flagstone. I was finally getting somewhere with him.
We've been worried sick.
Where have you been?
Walking around thinking. I'm dead sorry for going off on one. I wanted to do my best, Diane. When I felt myself losing it, I just couldn't stop. It was wrong of me.
Hello?
I needed something to swill down all that stodge. Hey, you don't want me kidneys to clog up, do you?
You could get us closed down for drinking. Well, you can pay for that and all the food you've snaffled.
You can whistle.
Whoa, Dad, what the hell's going on?
She gone haywire.
Call the police!
Donna!
What?
Will you just do as I say for once?
I bet you wouldn't get much of that to the pound.
Never fear, Indiana's here.
Bob. Right!
Get off us, will you? At least Viv acts like a lady when I cross her out. It's nice to see you do it in the bedroom.
Get out of here!
What's going on?
A citizen's arrest!
Oh! Oh, no. Ow!
I'd like to carry on glass collecting, but I'd understand if you want me to stop.
Well, I'm not sure
Because
that...
you've been big enough to admit you were in the wrong, I'm going to give you another chance. Don't make me regret it.
I won't, I promise.
We should be keeping him out of temptation's way.
Have you ever seen him take responsibility for his actions like that? He deserves rewarding for it.
It's not right, him working in the pub. You should know better, especially after today.
You seem to forget you were the one that kicked off all the bother. I can just about put up with you fighting other people's battles, but when it starts affecting what goes on in this house...
Are you still moaning about the money you've lost?
How dare you think that's all I'm bothered about? You want to take a step back from your king's obsession and start thinking about my feelings for once?
Oh, I've had enough of this. I'm going to the pub.
Oh, no, you're not. If anyone's storming off to my pub, it's going to be me.
Oh, it's just a little domestic difficulty.
Burglary and criminal damage. That's more than domestic difficulty in my book.
Well, in ours, it's just your average Sunday.
Arresting him's going a bit far.
Mrs. Windsor Dingle has a serious grievance.
She's a disgrace to the Dingle name. I said our Marlon had married into bad blood.
I'll follow you down, Dad.
Well, I think you're a credit to your community. If more people showed your initiative, our job would be a lot easier.
Well, that were really summit.
Yeah, you've impressed me.
Oh, don't look at me like that. You were the one that reckoned I couldn't handle drunks.
You have just shattered the lure of this family. More than any other woman in Dingle history.
I don't care.
You what?
I never want to hear about the rustic ways of the good old Dingles ever again. However much you try and convince me that you're salt of the earth, you're nothing but a load of crooks and louts.
Now, you've gone too far.
You're pathetic. And it's about time somebody spelt that out to you.
You have gone too far now.
She's had a very bad day.
Well, she will have a worse one tomorrow if she doesn't undo the damage that she's just done. And I'm looking to you to make sure that she does.